Today, I'm going to share how much you should have saved up at age 50 and give a breakdown of the average income, retirement account balance, and net worth of a 50-year-old across the US so you know where you stand. Leading up to age 50 is such a crucial point in our financial life. I view this as almost a final checkpoint as you're gearing up for potentially work optional and building financial independence. You're getting close enough to this retirement timeframe that you can see it and you're inching closer, but you also still have plenty of time to adjust, make changes and improvements if you aren't quite on the right track. This data is coming from a study called the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances. It's done once every 3 years. It does adjust for inflation, and the recent data they just released a few months ago, and it culminates up to 2022 information. What I did was I filtered for the age range of only 45 to 54, and so I just picked age 50 as a good middle ground here, and we'll say this is the average across 50. But just know that it's showing data from ages 45 to 54. For each data point I share, I'm going to share the median and the mean. As y'all know, if you just share a mean number, it's going to distort things due to some of the large numbers from very high salaries or high net worths. So I'll give both of these numbers so you can get a true understanding of that mean and median. The median household income for somebody age 50 is $91,880, and the mean income is $170,840. Both of these income ranges had small increases over the last time the study was done in 2019. Financial assets are things like stocks, bonds, CDs, money market accounts, etc., and other investment accounts. And this is where the most alarming stat comes from. The median financial assets for a 50-year-old is $54,700. The mean is $429,380. Having this median number be $54,700 is why we have an upcoming retirement crisis. We have thousands of people entering into the age of retirement, and there is just no avoiding the unfortunate fact that most people do not have the assets saved up to be able to support themselves in retirement. It's a really scary stat. I haven't seen too many people share anything insightful or really how to change this, but big picture, when you look at the numbers and you project forward to what this average 50-year-old with just under 55K saved up in financial assets, what their retirement will look like, it's not a good projection, right? And when you look currently right now, people that are over 65 and have Social Security, 4 in 10 adults over 65 would fall below the poverty line without Social Security. As an entire population, do not on average have enough assets saved up to truly be able to support an amazing retirement. It's the unfortunate truth. And seeing this 54,700 number as the median financial assets for a 50-year-old is really shocking. Retirement accounts are a little bit better, with the median retirement account balance at age 50 being $115,000 and the mean being just over $313,000. But let's take a bigger picture look here and really look at what I want to chat about, which was net worth. You calculate your net worth by simply taking what you own and subtracting what you owe. So what you own, things like cash, any type of investment assets, financial assets, CDs, savings accounts, retirement accounts, real estate, anything like that, and you subtract what you owe, so any of your debts and liabilities, student debts, auto loans, mortgages, etc. The median net worth for a 50-year-old is $246,700. And the mean net worth is $971,270. Now, the median net worth had a really big increase over 2019, which, if you think about it, makes sense because of what happened to the housing market. Housing drove a lot of this net worth increase. But the tricky part is, yes, you own a property and you own a home, that's fantastic, but it doesn't necessarily improve your retirement plan in your situation unless you're going to take equity out of your home. Now, I think the most interesting thing about this study is what you see happening between age 50 and age 60. When you look at both the median and the mean net worth increase from the age ranges 45 to 54, so we'll say 50 as I'm doing in this video, and then looking at 55 to 64, so we'll pick 60, between 50 and 60, you see an average net worth increase of about 50% from 50 to 60. That is a huge growth. And it makes perfect sense. When we're entering this age 50, it's generally peak earning years in our career. It's also a time when we should be saving the most of our income as we're gearing up for building financial independence. And it should be a time when compounding is doing a lot of work. You have enough years of careers and earnings and net worth now that you can let compound interest do its thing and have this multiplication effect. As you save more, you have bigger assets to begin with, and they're growing at a higher rate. So where do I think you should be at age 50? This is really tough to narrow it down to a simple number, but I think starting with an idea of having 7 times your average salary saved up and in investments is a great place to be. Now, this is a tricky number to sometimes get exactly because if you've had a rapid salary increase over the past couple of years from say 45 to 50, of course this number will be skewed by that. So try to take a look at your average over the past 10 to 15 years of really what have you been earning. And that probably aligns better than just looking at this 1 year because that can give you some conflicting information of how much you need to have. But again, take 7 times your average salary. You should have that in investments. And when I say investments, I mean that's not home equity. That's not necessarily your emergency fund. This is I'm building investable assets. I'm building equity here outside of a home. Now, this number is obviously a lot bigger than what we're looking at in this survey. But what we're looking at in the survey is median and average people across the country. And the reality is if you want to have an amazing retirement, accomplish all of your goals, live the life you want to live, you're probably going to need to have a higher asset level than what we see in these average surveys. So let's break down this 7 times your salary just a little bit more, some simple high-level math, right? If you have a $100,000 salary, that means you should have about $700,000 saved up in investments. If your salary was $250,000, you should have about $1.75 million in investments. And if your salary is averaging about $500K a year, you should have probably about $3.5 million of investable assets by the time you're 50. Now, don't look at this and hit the panic button and get stressed out about it. I'm just sharing this so you can see just where you stand, where you stack up against the average person in the US, and then know, do you need to make any decisions moving forward to get on a better track and path with your money? Remember that from age 50 to 60, we're seeing an average of 50% growth. And that's just the average looking at Federal Reserve data. When you look at people that are already on maybe a faster track or are truly being intentional with their planning and their decisions around their money, I've seen much faster compounding and growth from 50 to 60. So don't be alarmed. There can be amazing strides when you go from 50 to 60. That's all I've got for today. In the description below, I'll share a link to the website of the Fed survey where you can do a deeper dive, take a look at your situation, a whole bunch of different metrics to see where you stand. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Campbell, the lead advisor at Bull Oak. We're an independent financial planning firm based in San Diego, but we work with clients all across the country. If you want to learn more about how we help our clients, check us out at bulloak.com. Thanks.